please rise to your feet and bring to stage your CEO. This is Joe Voyticky!
That was really nice. Oh, man. Woo. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Max International's 2015 convention, Ignite. Six years ago, I did something really crazy. I went to work, and I found a dream that was greater than my own. It didn't begin with anything out of the ordinary. It wasn't like sparks went flying and images came to me. It was just a normal day. It was just one of the things that happens during an ordinary experience. It was just a typical day. At the time, I was a Wall Street finance attorney working, 80, 100 hours a week, putting together billion-dollar deals. Yeah, just average day for me. Back then, I thought that doing things like that was making me a kind of big deal. So when I took this call from the head of a legal department and the head of product development at a company called Max International, I didn't think much of it. The call went well, and I was retained by Max to acquire a company called Celgevity. Just an average day. To me, that meant that my firm would charge a lot of money to find flaws, holes, or problems with the intellectual property of Celgevity. You know, it's funny. There are those turning points when the course of your entire life changes. And most times, we're just not even aware of it. I certainly wasn't aware of it. The late author Joseph Campbell describes that moment as your call to adventure. In my case, it was a transaction where I got to know Dr. Herbert Nagasawa, who was what Campbell would describe as being on a hero's journey. I was about to experience a spark, just a spark of interest in Max International. I had no idea of the changes that were about to happen, that were about to be ignited in my life. Now, all stories have a beginning. The story of Max takes us all the way back to Honolulu, Hawaii, December 7th, 1941, where a future medicinal chemist, Dr. Herbert T. Nagasawa, was a 14-year-old boy. I have a story from Midweek newspaper dated February 6, 2008 by Alice Keesing. The story goes like this. Honolulu, Hawaii, 1941. The sirens screech, sending 14-year-old Dr. Herbert Nagasawa and his Washington Intermediate classmates scrambling for the bomb shelters, donning their gas masks. The war in Europe was remote. Dr. Nagasawa and his fellow students are drilled in the possibilities of invasion, including a deadly chemical attack. Gas masks on, they wait. Crowded into the shelters until all clear sirens are given and they can get back to their normal lives. Nearly a half a century later, it was those haunting memories that prompted Nagasawa to start his work on an antidote for cyanide. In January of 2008, the University of Minnesota and the VA Medical Center researchers announced that the antidote that Dr. Nagasawa discovered far outstrips existing antidotes in the ease of use and performance. Drafted into the Army after high school, Dr. Nagasawa trained as a Japanese language interpreter, but the war ended before he could be deployed. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. If he had been deployed, this story would have a different ending. Taking advantage of the education available to him under the GI Bill, Dr. Nagasawa eventually wound up as a graduate student at the University of Minnesota, after which he joined the nearby VA Medical Center as a medicinal chemist. Over the years, he has worked on drugs to treat Parkinson's disease and alcohol liver disease. He still has an iron in the fire, and this is the important part for us, with an antioxidant supplement that promises to protect against all kinds of environmental toxins. But that is another story. That is our story. Dr. Nagasawa is a hero. Let me say that again. Dr. Nagasawa is a hero. And Dr. Nagasawa is Max International. Dr. Nagasawa's journey, his hero's journey, has given life to the stories and dreams of millions of people around the world. But of course, the story of ribosine and Max International has many characters, has many storylines, and many heroes. Let's go back to where my story is. During the early 1990s, while Dr. Nagasawa was busy creating products that would change the world, I was attending Harvard Law School. It was there that I met the love of my life and my future wife, Erin Edmonds. I remember so clearly being in a class taught by Professor Randy Kennedy, where President Barack Obama and Erin Edmonds were my classmates. Yeah, let me tell you something. Just to give you some perspective, this was like being in a class taught by Albert Einstein, where your classmates are Dr. Nagasawa and Marilyn Savant. Okay? After an intense debate amongst the three of them, I turned to an equally bewildered classmate and said, "Are they speaking English? They seem to understand each other." I, however, had no idea what they were saying and knew very quickly that I didn't belong in this class. Oh, man. Needless to say, President Obama and Erin found great success in law school, graduating first and fifth in their class, respectively. I, on the other hand, graduated. Barely. Woo! Oh, man, that was tough. Sadly, though we dated at Harvard, I think she was taking some serious pity on me. As fate would have it, our relationship, it didn't work out at the time. Fate has a fickle finger. So you have to fast forward. You have to fast forward all the way now to December of 2008, where Erin Edmonds, now head of legal affairs for Max International, is working on a merger with the then head of product development, Dave Bagley, to acquire Dr. Nagasawa's company, Celgevity. Erin, who was a litigator, called me to help with the transaction. Good thing I didn't speak in that class, I'll tell you. It's because I was sitting here thinking, at last, after 16 years, it was my chance to prove I'm a pretty smart guy. Gosh, fate works in mysterious ways. Oh, man. So it was while working on that deal that we learned of the heroic work of Dr. Nagasawa and of his dream to provide the world with products that would help everybody. Here's his dream.
If you want to have a molecule that has important ribosine, You want it to be taken by everyone. Everyone that needs it, everyone that wants it to maintain their health. And this doesn't include just the people in the modern world, but also United States, I should say, in the United States, but also throughout the world. Because glutathione deficiency is not just confined to the people in the United States, it's to the population of the whole world. And I am very happy to learn that Max International, true to its name International, has now taken ribosine to the far corners, like in Africa, South America, and Far East Asia. And I applaud Max International, which means all of you here, for doing this. Thank you very much.
So we knew what Dr. Nagasawa's dreams were. And Erin's challenges at Max were unbelievable. Max had legal problems that were almost beyond repair. But she knew the future of Max International and Dr. Nagasawa's dream of providing his phenomenal products to the world was in her hands. She worked seemingly endless hours against impossibly long odds. And she won those legal battles for Max International. Erin Edmonds is a hero. Erin Edmonds is Max International. Ignited by the love of my life and my hero, Dr. Nagasawa, my journey with Max had begun. I had no idea of the places I would go. Most importantly, I had no idea of the people that I would meet. I have gotten to know so many of our tremendous leaders in each country. All of them, all of you, have heroic stories that were made possible because you have a dream, and Max makes it possible for us to have those dreams come true by joining Dr. Nagasawa's heroic journey. We have watched our leaders around the world continue to share the power of our incredible products and build successful businesses. In every amazing country that I have been to in the Max world, from the United States, Australia, New Zealand, the Philippines, El Salvador, Colombia, Costa Rica, Canada, Singapore, Malaysia, Ghana, and Puerto Rico. That trick works every time. There are common things that unite us as human beings. There's the common need to be healthy. There is the common need to be financially sound. There are common desires to take care of one's family and contribute to one's community. In all places that Max is, we have found great people who have embraced Max's mission to empower people to build a legacy of significant change in their lives and the lives of others. Woo! With your permission, I would like to share with you some of the stories of our heroes. I would love to share all of them, but I have to only select a few because I have 20 minutes. Let's start with Chris and Tammy Gingras. How many people are dealing with seemingly overwhelming amounts of debt? How many people are out there just dreaming of a way to ease the pressure? Well, Chris told me his story, and this is what he wrote. And this slide shows you the amount of debt that he had incurred, what he was dealing with in mid-2007. He says, in mid-2007, my MBNA card was at $46,000 of debt. And I was carrying interest. My American Express card was also carrying a substantial amount. At one point, I was well over $80,000 in debt. Whew, that's big. This statement that you're looking at shows that he was carrying over $67,000 in debt, not including his American Express card. Wow. That is where Chris's story with Max begins. The pressure must have been overwhelming. Yet because Chris and Tammy were able to overcome their fear and build a successful business, they have affected the lives of so many. Chris and Tammy Gingras are heroes. They are Max International. And because of Chris and Tammy, I met this woman. I met Lucy Caron. Lucy Caron is a dynamic woman with so much courage, drive, and ambition to serve others. At the age of 5, Lucy told her mother she was going to Africa. And when she was 10, her mother gave her a Christmas gift of a nurse's uniform. At 23, Lucy went to Cameroon, and that was the beginning of changing lives for Lucy in West Africa. Lucy believes that her life's journey, her hero's journey, of working all over West Africa has led her to Max International. When I first met Lucy, she told me how important it was that Max opens Africa. Literally, that was the first thing she told me. My name is Lucy Caron, go to Africa. Who are you? And let me tell you, she said to me over and over and over, the people there need the products. The people there need the business. Please, Joe, take us to Africa. Over and over and over. Hi, Joe, how are you doing? Are we in Africa yet? No, Lucy, we're not there. I'm looking at it. Continuously. Between her and Darlene McGregor, it was like a double team like I've never seen. They just wouldn't stop. Well, Lucy told me that her dream came true, and this picture, it was when we met on October 27, 2012, when I told her that we were working on a market that would open the gateway to all of Africa. This is one of my favorite things. They call Lucy Mama Africa in our Max Ghana office. I call her a hero. Lucy Caron is Max International. And while opening Africa, opening Ghana, it would not have happened without the work of this man, Augustine Koku Kokor. You try saying that 5 times fast. We call him KK. KK is a pharmacist by trade. And he was very clear to me when he was helping get the products approved that he would not help if the products were full of false promises. That Ghana and Africa had seen enough of that. And being a pharmacist, he knew the science, so he could look at it and he could tell me. And he looks at me one day in that deep KK voice and he says, "Yes, these are very interesting products." So we got through the hurdle. So KK takes the products and he helps us get them into Ghana, which will lead us all over Africa. But he also shared the products with a family member. And he wrote me, "Joe, my cousin, Mr. Cosmos Kofi, is a 90-year-old retired police officer. At age 80, Cosmos could still walk over 2 miles to church and back 3 times a week, including Sunday. By age 86, his health had started deteriorating, gradually at first, then rapidly over a 4-year period. So by last December 2014, he could hardly walk 100 meters without the aid of a walking stick. He told me his days were numbered, so he arranged with his children and grandchildren to celebrate his 90th birthday before departing to his maker. This is customary in our part of the world. It was a big party, which was preceded by a grand church service because Cosmos, at this point in time, was the head Christian of St. Augustine's Parish in Hoho, and a past grand night. Throughout the celebrations, Cosmos had to be assisted to either sit or to stand. This was how weak he had become, and he was constantly short of breath. Several church associations, groups, family members, and friends presented him with gifts and citations. And this is a depiction of Cosmos in the slide. This is the party. He was actually watching live what his funeral was going to look like. That is what he told me later. I decided I was going to give him longevity as a birthday present. Yeah. 2 weeks later, I received a call from Cosmos. Even before greeting me, he asked, "Where did you get that supplement you gave me? The birthday present. Can I buy it in Ghana?" I am feeling so well that I can walk again, even to church, without a walking stick. I can tell you that Cosmos is religiously on his longevity daily. He tells me he believes he will live beyond age 100. Augustine Kokukor is a hero. Augustine Kokukor is Max International. But there are lots of stories that have another beginning. We have a story of a gentleman who is known as preferred customer. Before joining Max International a year ago as an associate, I used to work with a mining company as a fuel clerk and storekeeper, and was earning around 700 Ghanaian cedis a month as my salary. That's a little under $200 US. It was not sufficient to run my expenditure because I had a wife, a set of twins, you can see it in the picture, and 2 orphans I was catering for, plus other expenses. Wow, he's doing all this on under $200 US a month. I was desperately in need of extra income when my friend Michael introduced me to the opportunity, and I quickly, without hesitation, jumped on it. I needed it that bad. I used the products and I realized they were unique. My focus was sharper and I had a lot of energy. I then told myself I had to spread the good news about these products and this great opportunity. Initially, I struggled to get people, so I opted for the next source of income. That is preferred customer sales. After 3 months doing Max with only preferred customer sales, I was earning 3 times my previous salary. I earned the nickname preferred customer at the Max office from the associates and ambassadors. My lifestyle changed. I got myself new tools for my business, like a computer and a new iPhone. My confidence level has gone up, and I have achieved silver rank, ready to attend the Road to Gold training. My vision is to share my story to all I encounter and to get them to join Max, and hope that it will bring change to their lives as it has to mine. He is a hero. Different people from different countries with different dreams, different stories, different heroic journeys. All of them being made reality here at Max International. All of this and many thousands of other stories like it are happening right now because of our leaders around the world. Leaders such as in Ghana, Andrew Apo, Dr. Bright, Dr. Kofi, Dr. Albert. In Australia, Michael Firth, Marcus Schubert, Phoebe Wallace, Lynn Sims. In Canada, Mike and Lynn LeBrun and Ann Turnbull. In the United States, El Salvador, Costa Rica, and Colombia, the entire Monterosa family. In Colombia, Edward Oka. In Puerto Rico, Hector Marcano. And wherever in the world he lands, George Renninger. They are all heroes. They are all part of Dr. Nagasawa's hero's journey that can be traced all the way back to a bomb shelter on December 7th, 1941. Now, are you a person who could change someone's life? Are you a person who could change the life of someone who might change the lives of millions? Are you a person who can provide hope to someone who needs it? Are you ready to be a hero?
Tressa, are you ready to be a hero? Hey, Bob, are you ready to be a hero? Hey, George, are you ready to be a hero? Hey, Hector, are you ready to be a hero? Grant, are you ready to be a hero? Who in the Philippines wants to be a hero? Who in El Salvador wants to be a hero? Who in Colombia wants to be a hero? Who in Ghana wants to be a hero? Who in Puerto Rico and the United States wants to be a hero? Stand up if you want to be a hero. Who wants to fulfill Dr. Nagasawa's dream? I am Joe Voyticky. You are heroes, and we are Max International. Thank you.